General Hospital story. Steve Burton dead. The last breath of Jason Morgan. Heartbreaking episode for Steve Burton's fans. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. The night in General Hospital was unusually quiet. In the hospital corridor, there was no sound except the faint whooshing of air. Outside the window, the steady rhythm of rain hitting the glass made it seem as if the city itself was crying, just as its people would a few hours later. Jason Morgan, the man who had been the backbone of General Hospital for years, lay silently in the cold ICU room. Wires covered his chest, and the monitor beside him showed a slow, wavering heartbeat, as if life was desperately clinging to its last flicker. Carly stood outside the door. Her eyes were wet, her lips trembling. She couldn't believe that Jason, her steadfast friend, her anchor, might be leaving forever. Memories flooded her mind. The days when Jason had stood by her, when she was broken, when the whole world seemed against her. "Jason, please. Just open your eyes once," Carly whispered, her voice shaking. Inside the room, Elizabeth sat beside him, holding his hand. Cold, lifeless, yet still carrying a faint trace of warmth she knew too well. Tears welled up in her eyes, but she forced a smile, as if trying to make his final moment as peaceful as possible. Suddenly, the monitor's beeping began to slow, then pause, and finally, the line went completely flat. In an instant, the whole room froze. Doctors rushed in, nurses hurried around, and Carly's breaking sobs echoed through the hospital. Jason Morgan, the hero of General Hospital, the man his friends called The Rock, had closed his eyes forever. When Sonny Corinthos got the news, he stood still. The coffee cup in his hand slipped and shattered on the floor, but he didn't move. Jason wasn't just his partner. He was like a brother, a part of the reason Sonny kept going. "Jason's gone?" he asked in a trembling voice. Sam could only bow her head, tears streaming down her face. Elizabeth placed a hand on Sam's shoulder. They both felt the same pain. Both had once loved Jason, and now both had lost him. Carly stood in the hospital corridor, staring blankly at the white door. Inside, Jason lay in silence. Outside, a world that didn't know how to move on without him. When the doctors finally left, Elizabeth went back into the room. She held Jason's hand again and whispered, "You promised me, Jason. You said you'd come back. That one day I'd see your smile again. You didn't keep your word." Her tears fell onto his hand. Carly entered quietly, standing beside her. Leaning close to Jason's ear, she whispered, "You're not just my friend, Jason. You were my family. Rest now. General Hospital will never forget you." Outside, the rain kept falling, as if the entire city was mourning the loss of Jason Morgan. General Hospital seemed to have stopped. Even though the sun rose in the morning, there was a heavy gray in the sky outside the hospital. After Jason Morgan's death, every corner of the city seemed to have fallen silent. But within that silence there was a strange vibration, a smell of crime, a shadow of a conspiracy. In Jason's death report, the doctor said, "Complications from heart disease." But Carly knew that a strong-willed person like Jason could not leave suddenly like that. She felt this death was not natural. Sam didn't say anything at first, but while rummaging through Jason's things, she found some old notes where Jason had written a few names in his own hand. One of the names on the list was the strangest, Victor Cassadine. Sam took the note and went to Sonny. Jason was going to meet Victor the day before he died. "Do you know anything?" Sonny lowered his head and said, "No, but I know Victor never lets anyone return alive." Carly couldn't stay calm. After Jason's death, she realized that something was hidden. He and Elizabeth looked through Jason's hospital records. Everything was fine, but one thing caught their eye. Jason's injection record contained a mysterious injection time, which was given without a doctor's signature. Who gave it? Carly's eyes lit up. Elizabeth said, "I don't know. I wasn't there at the time." The two of them went to watch the security footage. But to their surprise, They found the camera in Jason's room had deleted the footage from that night. Something terrible had happened, that was for sure. Then Sonny sent his men to find out Victor Cassadine's movements. Victor was out of General Hospital at the time, but his associates were roaming the city. A former guard said, Jason went to stop a secret deal that Victor had made that day. Victor wanted to take over the criminal world of General Hospital completely. Jason was the only obstacle. So what? Jason's death was part of Victor's plan. Carly entered Jason's room at night and found a small note behind the monitors. Jason must have written it before he died, on a piece of paper stained with blood. If I don't make it, tell Carly it wasn't an accident. Carly's hands shook. Tears started to fall from her eyes, but those tears were the fire of revenge. You were my friend, Jason. Now I will fight for you, she said. Sam hesitated. Jason's death had broken him, but he knew, to find out the truth, he would have to face the fears of his past. He met Drew, who had now returned to General Hospital. Drew said, Jason was my brother. If this is Victor's doing, I won't stop. Sam and Drew set off on a journey of revenge together. Sonny sat alone at the bar at night. Whiskey in his glass, red in his eyes. I promised to protect you, Jason, but I failed. The pain in his eyes. Not the death of a friend, but the pain of losing a part of himself. Lightning strikes again in the sky over General Hospital. Victor Cassadine sits far away, smiling. Jason's picture on the table, a glass of wine beside him. He says, Game over, Mr. Morgan, or maybe just beginning. The light of hope for fans is fading one by one. The sky over General Hospital is still covered in clouds. In front of the hospital, there is only silence. The church courtyard filled with white flowers. That is where Jason Morgan's last farewell is today. Jason's picture is placed in front of the church door. That familiar face in a black suit, whose eyes once had the light of strength, courage, and trust. Today that face is just a memory. A bouquet of flowers, candles, and a piano playing softly. Amazing grace, beside him. Carly came forward. There were no words on her face, just shaky breathing. She looked at the picture and said slowly, You always saved me, Jason. When I was lost, you showed me the way. You were my peace. How can I live without you now? Her voice stopped. Sam came forward and hugged her. Tears welled up in both women's eyes. The people they loved were lying silent today. Sam went to stand in front of the stage. Jason was my love, my friendship, my strength. We lost each other many times, but I never thought we would lose him forever. Her voice was choked with tears. He's not just mine, he's all of us. Jason will live on in every heart at General Hospital. Her voice echoed through the silent sobs in the church. Finally, Sonny Corinthos took the stage. His face was hard, but his eyes were filled with pain. Jason was my brother. He trusted me and I trusted him. He's gone today, but I will finish his unfinished business. Wherever Victor is, he will be punished for his crimes. Jason's name will not be erased. The church fell silent at her words. Jason's shadow appeared for a moment in the candlelight, a faint smile, calm eyes, as if he were saying, Thank you, my family. Elizabeth sat next to the coffin. He put a piece of note in Jason's hand. When you smiled, it felt like life was still beautiful. I will never forget that smile. Tears welled up in his eyes, but a soft smile graced his lips, just the way Jason liked it. Scenes flashed across the screen. Jason smiling on his motorcycle, hugging Carly, holding Sam's hand as he watched the sunset, shaking hands with Sonny. Every moment seemed to be etched in his memory. At the end of the scene, Jason was seen holding his son Danny in his arms and saying, No matter what happens, I'll always watch over you. A picture of today's coffin flashed over that scene. Carly, Sam, Sonny, and Elizabeth. The four of them came together and placed white roses next to Jason's coffin. It was raining outside. The sound of church bells was ringing in the air. Carly whispered, Goodbye, Jason, until we meet again. Sonny lowered his head. Sam closed his eyes. Elizabeth smiled. You are in our hearts. The camera slowly moves up from the church roof to the sky. A ray of sunlight shines through the clouds onto the coffin. The piano plays its final note. Jason Morgan may be gone, but he lives on in the hearts of General Hospital. Forever. What do you think? Was Jason Morgan's death really an accident or a planned murder? Let us know in the comments below. Who do you think is the real killer? Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our General Hospital Update news channel and stay with us.